We don't have a lot of actors that want to make sacrifices for the industry.
Why do you say the actors?
Do we have actors who are willing to cut off their hair, like shave their heads, go bald? A lot of actors, if you think about them, you only know them by one hairstyle. And that is the hairstyle they carry in all their movies. They rely more on TikTok and Instagram following than actual talent. That's why you see so skit makers acting movies. I've seen a movie before where I saw the cameraman in like his reflection on the mirror. Their choreography, sometimes like when they put too much, should I call it a fizzy? Too much a fizzy, maybe the way they fall.
So they are trying too hard at least.
Yeah.
So it takes
Like
that you're
exactly like when a character, when you punch a character and he falls, he carries his legs up. Like when you fall, your two legs go up. If it's comedy, that can be understandable. That can be understandable. But when it's real life, I'm sorry, when it's serious, a serious type of movie where the things are talking about really serious.
actual real life.
Yes. So it has to be realistic in a way. But then that's why, like, when you watch foreign movies, foreign actors, there are stunts that their main profession is how to fall, or even how to die. There's a way you fall if you're shot in the head. There's a way you fall if you're shot in the chest. There's a way you fall if you're shot in the leg. Even as I'm saying it to you now, when someone is shot in the head and when someone is shot in the leg, the way they fall will be very different. You can even imagine it. But then imagine someone shoots you in the head and you fall like this. Exactly.
Or you do cool here. This is only going to take 20 seconds and 5 is already gone. I need a simple favor from you. If you're watching, you can notice on the screen that our numbers are displayed up there. Please do me a favor and smash a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't yet on YouTube. And if you're listening on Spotify, please give us a rating and like the episode. Share the episode as well. Let's get back to the episode.
That video that Jarvis Jariolita, she and one other guy again, I think Corinthian. If you watch the effects there, you see that there's a lot of promise in those kind of effects. But then, why is it that our Nollywood, exactly, Nollywood stakeholders, they don't seem to want to do that? And when you think about it, is it because of the money? They have the money. Is it because of the personnel? The personnel is available. So then what is, honestly, I just don't know. And another issue we might want to consider is the fact that we don't have a lot of actors that want to make sacrifices for the industry anymore. I don't know whether it's because the industry itself, many people see it as not worth sacrificing for.
Why do you mean? Why do you mean? So why do you say the actors?
Well, when I say actors, I mean like actors who are willing to give their all. Like maybe I'm an actor now and I want to act the role of a kung fu fighter. So because of that, I would decide to take 6 months class of kung fu. I'll just dedicate 6 months of learning kung fu. Or I'm an actor and my character is going to be teaching Korean. So I'll decide to dedicate 6 months or 3 months just to learning Korean, only for that role.
No, you don't have that level of communication.
Do we have it? Do we have actors who are willing to cut off their hair, like shave their heads, go bald? A lot of actors, if you think about them, you only know them by one hairstyle, and that is the hairstyle they carry in all their movies. In this movie, they're carrying that hairstyle. The next movie, they're carrying the hairstyle, the same hairstyle. Like they don't change. They don't, if at all they change, it's wigs that they'll wear. So a lot of these movies, you see them. Okay, let me put it like this: when it comes to cinematography, Nigeria and Hollywood, they are very good. They are good with colors. They are good with costume. Like if they know if it's to represent with for picture quality, visual appeal, Nigerians, they are very good at that. But then that might not be enough to carry the story. That might not be enough to carry the story. You also need an actual story. Many times these stories are just made. One of the problems with Nollywood and the reason why a lot of writers prefer not to even go there is because they're always complaining about the pay. Script writers are not rated in Nollywood at all. And without them, there's no story. They are not rated in Nollywood at all. And when you see it, a lot of the stories that come out of Nollywood are not, only a few, and those few that are actually good are the ones that go to the top movie producers, and they're the ones that actually end up making lots of money. For the others that maybe the ones that do make some money in the studio that are still made, it's probably just star power, which is another problem of Nollywood. They rely more on TikTok and Instagram following than actual talent. That's why you see a lot of skit makers acting movies. You see them not because they are very good at it, but just because they are going to pull people. You see some channels releasing movies every two weeks. Like one movie this, like in a month you get two movies. How is that possible? I've seen a movie before where I saw the cameraman in like his reflection on the mirror. I've seen a movie before where as they were acting, the the color grading was changing. Like the color grading, it was changing. Like across different clips, it was changing. Like there are some that as you're watching, the voice will go away. Other time the voice will increase. So when you're watching them, you'll be getting headache. Movies that's supposed to entertain you, they'll be stressing you. Yeah, so they don't put and do those movies because they won't actually have a story to tell. They just do them because they want to make money. They're fishing for views. They're fishing for views and just to get that money. That's the only reason. Thankfully, though, movies that make it to the cinema, they create them better. And they create them better. They take their time. Even movies that go to Nollywood, Netflix, Apple, and the like, also take their time. But then for those ones, I just feel there's a lot we can do. Like we can do so much better. We can do so much better with the story, with the effects, and I think yeah.
Talking about story, Bruno, your social media, your TikTok, your Instagram, you're posting about series, the things that make up a good story. What is the ultimate thing you would want your viewers or anyone to me you and see about it, get out of it?
I would like is that anybody following me, I would just like them to see that they too, they can be storytellers. Everybody can tell a story. You don't have to, your story doesn't have to be real or fiction. Every day that you wake up is a story because when you look at the thing that happened to you in the beginning and at the beginning of the day and what happens to you at the end is enough to feel a novel. How you tell it is what will make it an interesting story. So you understand? Everybody can tell stories. Even people that are activists, when you go to their accounts, there's a way they tell their stories because when they tell it, it appeals to their audience in a certain way. So the stories are so the reason I do all this is so that everybody can see that they too they can tell stories. It's very easy. There are just some things that you have to think about when you're doing it to make it easier. So you don't like need a certificate or a degree for that.
How does someone get into ghostwriting? How do you become a ghostwriter, And what kind of projects do ghostwriters work on?
Well, I'll start with your last question first. Ghostwriter, provided it has to do with writing, or can do it. Anybody, a writer can do it, but then it's best for you to stick to a particular niche. As a ghostwriter, just focus on one. Like me, I only write fiction. Only write fiction. I've written across several genres of fiction. There are those that we focus only on romance. There are those that focus only on thrillers. But me, I started with thrillers, but then I went into other genres, even fantasy and the like. But then there are others who focus only on non-fiction. They write articles, they write um biographies.
Okay.
They write biographies. So ghostwriting, it also leaves book. It leaves book the aspect of books. It moves on to music. There are ghostwriters who write musics.
Okay.
There are ghostwriters who write poems. Ghostwriters who write. I don't know. I don't really know if that works in the movie industry because it doesn't really make any sense.
Yeah, the writer in the movie that's already ghosts in a way.
So it will make sense to write a movie script and then your name will not be credited. It's like
Yeah. Because your face is not there to begin with, so at least, I mean,
so because of that, you don't know how good the book or what you're writing is going to sell. So that's why you have to charge for it. They have to pay you, and then you sign an NDA so that if the book becomes a bestseller tomorrow, you don't come to claim it.
oh,
So you have to sign an NDA.
is that standard practice in the industry? Those writers
some-
always sign NDAs.
Standard.
Oh.
It's to protect themselves.
Okay.
It's to protect themselves.
Well, is there any project that you've worked on as a ghostwriter that gives you problems?
Oh yeah. When I was starting out, I think I made a video about that on TikTok. When I was starting out, my main problem with ghostwriting was the word count. I had serious problem with the word count. The very first work I had to do, I was asked to write a 9K words book. I had to write 9,000 words. But when I was done with the story, I could only get 7,000. So I needed an extra 2,000 words to meet the word count. And at that time, I was still naive. I was still new. I told the client, "Oh my guy, this is what I have." I think it was a white man or so. I sent him an email.
They run out of words. I run out of words.
I'm short of words. This is what I have. Like, but I think he recognized my
Inexperience.
and he told me that I should calm down and take it again. Like, not start it again, or just
But
go
make
through
it
it.
more verbose.
So that's what I had to do. I had to go back to it and started working on it chapter by chapter, adding in some new things, adding in some conflicts, just to increase the distance. And I think at the end I was able to get it up to like 8,000, 8,500. So then I accepted it.
Why is the word count so important?
Well, the word count is important because you're writing for the clients, so they're the ones that decide what they want to write. So, and it's also a good yardstick of measurement. You can't just tell someone like, okay, write a book for me.
Okay.
You can't just tell them like, well, if you ask me to write a book for you, and then I just write one of 30 pages or 15,000 word count or 9,000 word count or 5K. That's the beginning, that's the middle, that's an ending. It could be a book. If I just give you something of 30 pages and it will be a book. So you yourself, you need to decide, okay, yes, within this range, I'll be able to tell the kind of story that I want to tell. That's why the word count is important, because there's no way you write something of 10,000 words, there will not be enough conflict and there will not be enough resolution to satisfy the reader. Yeah. So that's why the word counts matter. It's a yardstick for.
And you cannot do page count because you don't know what the format you're publishing on. So word count is actually something that you use. It's only yardstick.
That's what you use. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Is there something else that your audience might want to know? Maybe you might have said it before in one of your videos, but you know these things, they get lost in all our scrolling that we probably haven't touched on yet.
Based on the writing.
Yes, or beyond it.
Well,
especially beyond it, you know.
Well, for starters, as a writer, just never be scared to put yourself out there. Like, when you write is basically you having a superpower. That's how I see it. Like, you're a creator. You get to decide. Okay, this is what I want. When you're writing, you can be the president. You can be an astronaut. You can be anything you want to be. It's just you telling the world what's on your mind. And you can make it as crazy and as insane.
You're the god of that universe.
Exactly, you're the god of that universe. You decide what goes. So when you write, you need to embrace that power. You need to embrace it. It's up to you to decide. So don't be shy of it. Don't be scared of flexing your power. Let it be crazy. Just go all out with your writing. Go all out with it. Because if if you keep I don't know, is it like dimming your light or reducing your voice simply because you don't want people to see you in a particular way? The people that your message is meant for, they're not going to get it.
Yeah.
And you find yourself writing for people that you'd rather not write for, because in the end, everybody has an audience. Your stories have a particular set of people that they are targeted at. But when you are tweaking it because you are scared of what other people will say, the people you are meant to talk to, it won't meet them.
Yes, because you're diluting it now. You're diluting the message now for them.
Exactly. So just do what you want. Tell it as it is in your head. Just tell it. Might be crazy. It might be messed up, but that's the job of the editor to clean it up. It's the editor's job to clean it up, not yours. Just
Create.
just create. Just create. And this goes not just with your item, but I think in any other thing you want to do. Just do you. Because a lot of people are always so focused on perspectives, how people will see them.
Yeah. It's a
What
tough,
people will
it's a
think
tough
of
mental
them.
battle today.
Yeah.
You know.
How people will think of them. If I do this like this, will people, and it's becoming even worse in today's society with cancel culture.
Yeah.
If I say this thing today, will next week will it affect me? If I post this thing, if I tweet this thing,
Because they keep shifting the goalposts from tomorrow.
yeah, and the thing is, a lot of these things you might never really know until it happens. Like, if what you're posting has the capacity to cancel you, you might not know at that point until it actually cancels you.
But Ezra knew, have you? Ezra had to have known, I mean.
Yeah, well, those kind of things, I don't know. Those are the kind of things you don't just put.
That is wild.
That is really, really wild.
I would have said, okay, maybe it's PR stunt. But these are things from like way back. And he was posting it out on social media. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, it is what it is.
Okay. We have a closing tradition on the podcast where you write us one life advice. You don't say it, but you write it in our book.